What's up, guys? Welcome to the Empty Stats podcast. My name's Evan. We got Aidan and we got Will. We're here to talk about some sports. Let's get into it, boys.
How you doing today?
Doing good. Tired, but we're here.
Right here. We're grinding. Well, how are you?
I'm all right. Dealing, working, keeping it moving.
Working hard or hardly working? All right.
One day at a time.
All right. So let's jump into it. The last time we are ever going to talk about Ben Simmons on this podcast, hopefully, he has rejoined the Philadelphia 76ers and is now – he's still looking to be traded, but now he is back with the team. Why is he here? Why is he doing this to himself? He just wants the money. Yeah. Well, 76ers announced that they will pay him.
Probably that's why he's there. I mean, I think he's lost to what, upwards of close to $1 million now?
Yeah.
His team, Chris Paul, is probably like, yo, all right, come on. Like,
I don't care who
you made your statement. Now get your money.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. That's $1 million that a person is missing out on that they want back in their pockets. So do y'all still think he's getting traded, or we think he's going to stay in Philly now?
Well, I think since he's shown up, I mean, I still don't think he's going to play because I think it's way too late into the process preseason to incorporate him to the offense because they've pretty much been preparing for games without him this whole preseason, trying to figure out their point guard situation. So they're just going to roll with the punches without him for now.
Evan, you think he's going to stay in Philly?
I think he'll probably get traded mid-season once he gets some playing time and shows like he can still play decent, especially if he just shows on the defensive side. I think someone will probably trade. I think him just coming back just shows he's still committed to basketball and he's not going to just like not show up and do anything.
Yeah, I think that alleviates some of the pressures on the 76ers that now they have a person that looks to be willing to play for them instead of trading an asset that wasn't even showing up. Now they have an asset that is, with the team. So now maybe they get a little bit more for Ben Simmons. Maybe teams are now more willing to trade for Ben Simmons. So speaking of players not with the team or with the team, Kyrie Irving is refusing to get vaccinated, and the Brooklyn Nets management has said that he will not be practicing or playing with the team at all until he does get his vaccination. Are we expecting a Kyrie-less Brooklyn Nets team this year?
Well,
yes.
Allegedly, Kyrie is vaccinated, but he's making the stance for people not being able to work because of vaccine mandates. So it's a whole weird thing with Kyrie Irving. I mean, it's like, how much is he like? Does he really care about basketball right now?
That's always been the question with Kyrie.
Yeah, you kind of just gotta let Kyrie have his own space. Kind of let him live in his own world.
Did Kyrie have these issues in Cleveland, like with him just not playing due to off-court?
Well, not necessarily, but he did force his way out of Cleveland. He basically said that he doesn't want to play for them, and that's how he got traded to Boston. And then he had the whole fiasco in Boston, which is why he's now with the Brooklyn Nets.
If y'all hear that's my lamp, it's stupid.
But but ever since he got to Brooklyn, he's pretty much just had this huge, like, power stance where it's like he's really like coming forward on issues that he really cares about. And it seems like a lot of the time he would just rather focus all of his time on that than basketball. And I think that's another one of those cases.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's something he believes in, like full-heartedly, then more power to him.
I respect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's hard to judge right now. So I think the Nets are just better off just being like, we're just going to let it go.
See, I
respect just go forward.
I respect Kyrie's stance on a lot of things, but I also respect the Nets stance for saying, look, man, we're not going to do this, on-off thing. You're either full, like, with us or you're not. Like, you're either giving us 100% or you're not playing with us, and I like that.
I never expected Kyrie Irving to be – I thought Kyrie Irving would definitely be one of the first players to be like, hey, man, let's all get vaccinated. Let's all stay safe. But I can kind of see it both ways where he'd kind of take a stance on something kind of Kyrie Irving like, I guess would be the word, where it's something that Kyrie believes in. And like last year, he just didn't show up. And there was multiple speculations on why. He converted religions. He's just been one of the more active NBA players outside of the NBA, being a flat earther for one, allegedly, of course. I think he's come out and denied the flat Earth thing since then. But I think that's a big hit for this Brooklyn Nets team that already isn't super deep. I guess they're kind of deep, but a Brooklyn Nets team that has this identity of 3 stars, now they only have 2.
Yeah, it's crazy that when they got Harden, and then last year they got KD back for the first time. So it was like Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and I think one of them was injured to start the year last year. So it's like KD and Kyrie couldn't play enough. Then Harden comes in, and it seems like for the majority of the time, the Nets are always without at least one of them.
Yeah.
It's like it never seems like all 3 are on the court at the same time. So honestly, I feel like this really won't be too tough for the Nets because I feel like they're always kind of down a star.
Yeah,
at times.
It's still, you're missing Kyrie Irving, and do you think that hurts?
Yeah, and considering that it is your point guard,
like your top, like your all NBA point guard, not just like a point guard, like your all NBA top 20 player in the league point guard. So would y'all still have them coming out of the East? Because I know that they're a pretty consensus.
Even if Kyrie plays, I still don't have him come out of the East.
I think Brooklyn and Milwaukee are like the consensus 1 and 2, but I think without Kyrie, I think it makes Milwaukee more interesting as the number 1 seed. I think with Kyrie, the Nets are the definitive 1 seed, but I think Milwaukee can certainly fight for that now.
I want to go back to you, Evan. You were real adamant about them just not coming out the East.
Because I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna work. Like, just look, like they're never on the same page, you know.
Well,
like, if you want a big 3 to be successful, they all 3 kind of have to be all on the same page, all working together, and the Nets just never have done that.
My argument to that is last year in the playoffs, we got to see Kevin Durant go solo and put up like 49, 17, and 13. And then we had another game of just Kevin Durant. And, well, James Harden was there, but it wasn't James Harden. It was like James Harden 0.5. And if if Kevin Durant's shoe size is a size smaller, then they're in probably the finals. So I still think Brooklyn is your favorite to come out the East, even without Kyrie, just because of how good Harden and Kevin Durant are.
Yeah.
So the team, a lot of people coming out of the West are the LA Lakers. But right now, the LA Lakers are 0-3 in the preseason. Now, it's the preseason, so, don't buy too much into it. But they have not looked good. They've been really, really rough. And then just last night, they lost to a Steph Curry-less Warriors team where Jordan Poole and Juan Toscano were the 2 big players for them.
Preseason god, Jordan Poole.
Preseason MVP, Jordan Poole. Are
that
we
man
buying
only goes
into
off
this
in the
LA
preseason.
Lakers team? Are we buying into this LA Lakers team being struggling, and even their 3rd star, Russell Westbrook, playing super poor? Because even last night, he played pretty poorly.
I mean, I don't think you can really count out any LeBron team.
Right.
Especially with Anthony Davis. Like, those 2 alone just keep them in the conversation. But I think, obviously, as you say, you can't really look too far deep into the preseason. Nobody's really playing that many minutes.
Right.
No one's really trying that hard in their reps. So it's going to be hard for them to get into a rhythm. And considering, with, of course, the whole meme is like how their entire team is a retirement home. Like the age will show at the start of the season. It's going to take a little bit for them to, get into that rhythm. And they already have a few injuries too. Like THT just had surgery. Ariza just got hurt. So it's like, the depth's already kind of cutting down a little bit for them already.
Yeah. Tyler Horton Tucker and Trevor Ariza, well, neither one of them were like super big losses. Those are still like, they're
THT is their preseason MVP.
THT ain't done nothing, dog.
Well, last preseason, that's when he got all the hype.
Last preseason, and he's preseason in summer league. That boy decides to show out.
But I definitely think LeBron needs to, because I was just remember watching the playoffs and just, I was like, LeBron's not doing all that he should have. I just didn't see that effort against the Suns there.
Well, I don't know if it was the effort. I think it was he was still injured.
Yeah, that's some.
And you got to rely on that too for that team.
Yeah,
it's like when you don't have LeBron or Anthony Davis, it's like who's going to be the guy to step up. There's a lot of veterans. That's a lot of minimum contracts on that roster.
Well, are we going back to Nuggets Melo if all three of them get hurt?
And that'd be crazy. That would be wild.
Arc. The 27 points per game while not hitting the rim. All mid-range pull-ups. Well, the only problem that I see with the LA Lakers is they can't space the floor. This was like their one concern, like one of their big concerns other than like injuries and age. Last night I watched the Lakers and the Warriors and even I think they played twice already. I remember hearing in a different podcast that the Warriors are running a lot of zone against the Lakers. And that the Lakers just weren't able to beat the zone because they weren't able to shoot out of the zone with LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook on the floor. And that's something that they're going to be experiencing a lot this year. There was a couple of times last night when Russell Westbrook was on the perimeter and the guy on the perimeter just said, "Hey, Russ, shoot the ball. I'm going to go double team Anthony Davis." And he just forces Anthony Davis to be double teamed and LeBron to be double teamed while he can't space the floor. Is the floor spacing something that the Lakers need to be concerned about? And is that something they need to trade for maybe like a better shooter on the perimeter?
Well, this is why they should have gone for the Kings trade rather than the Wizards trade, because having Buddy Hield on the roster would solve that exact problem that you just brought up.
Yeah. I think
that they would have that reliable shooter on the outside.
And a very good shooter, like one of the best in the league shooters on the other side. But it doesn't have the name Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Russell Westbrook brings more to the table than Buddy Hield, but shooting is something that the Lakers need desperately to complement those two.
Evan, are you buying into the Lakers being our preseason woes?
I'm not counting them out yet. I mean, I just got to see how they perform like week 1, week 2, and then I'll kind of see what's going on with all that. But I'm not counting them out yet because, again, it's just preseason right now. And I just don't think they're putting all their effort in because they were scared about injuries,
Yeah.
That's all. That's going to be in the back of their mind the entire season.
Last night, the big three and even Melo played a pretty good chunk of minutes. They obviously did not care because it was a preseason game. Like LeBron wasn't going out there giving 38 minutes, but they were still throwing out their main stars. There's a tweet that I saw.
I think it was just more about getting Melo like minutes and getting him like used to playing with this group.
Right. There's a tweet I saw, and it was Russell Westbrook last night. He pump faked a 3, and I don't remember who was guarding him, but the guy jumped into him, and Russell Westbrook did like the new flopping rule thing, and it didn't get called because that's the new rule. And the quote tweet was, "If you fall for a Russell Westbrook 3, he deserves the fucking foul." And I just thought that was so great.
I like that.
I remember seeing something like that at the beginning of the season last year on I think it was on the Mavs Reddit. It was like, yeah, it's like, what do you like? You're terrible on defense if you go for a Dwight Powell pump fake on a 3.
I have a picture in my phone, and it's of you just lost to a Dwight Powell pump fake 3. I have that picture on my phone, like deep fried with a Dwight Powell pump fake, because he gets like it's super.
Yeah, he gets real aggressive.
I do think that rule is good for the game, though. I like it.
Oh yeah, that's such a good
I'm
thing
for
they
it.
changed. I think everyone's for it. Even like Steph Curry, was the first one that like we really saw do it, where he just kind of launched himself into a trailblazer and didn't get called, which is good.
Yeah, because even the most blatant ones would get called. So it's nice that this allows that not to happen anymore.
And as a Maverick fan, I want to see what Luka does because Luka was one of the big. He got a lot of those calls, and he was very good at drawing them with the little pump fake. I just want to see what his game does from that because he would make.
Yeah, I'm curious to see now what the new move is.
Yeah, because there's going to
Like,
be a
what's
new
the
one.
new way
Yeah, what
that
is the
Trae
new
Young
way?
is going to create ways to draw fouls?
Or Harden, or Luka, or like Steph. Well, Steph
Right.
doesn't actually shoot a whole bunch of, but yeah, there's going to be something new that no one's ever thought of that James Harden's going to come out and be like, watch this.
Yeah.
All right, so give me your one winner and one loser of preseason. It can be a player, it can be a team, just someone that you thought just really won preseason, and one person or team that you was like, wow, that was really sad that we just had to sit there and watch that.
I'd say the winner for me is the Bulls. I mean, they just kind of dominate every game they've gone out
Smoking
and
people.
played. Yeah. The loser? I'll just say I'll go with the Lakers. I mean, again, they just haven't been playing good. We just talked about how much they struggled.
Yep.
I mean, if they're not playing good, if this continues, then it's not going to be a good season for them. But I'm not counting them out yet.
No, there's no reason to. It's just preseason.
Yeah.
Well, winner or loser?
So winner, I'm going to go with the Miami Heat. They are on they're 4-0 so far in the preseason. They've got over 100 points in all 4 of their games. They are shooting the lights out from the outside. Kyle Lowry seems to be making a good difference for that roster. I think he's actually going to be a better pickup than I imagined for him. He's able to shoot from the outside, but I think he also does so many other things well. Like he can get steals. He's a really good passer. So I think I saw a stat line in tonight where at like halftime he had 2 points, but he had 10 assists, 4 steals, and like 4 boards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even though he might not be putting up insane scoring numbers every night, Kyle Lowry is still going to make a difference on that team, and I think that's going to complement Butler and Adebayo pretty well.
Yeah, and you don't need him to, especially when you have Tyler Hero right next to him.
Right. And then loser. I don't really know how you can really be like a loser of the preseason, but I guess I'll kind of piggyback off Evan where, the Lakers are kind of looking disappointing, and it'll make it a little bit concerning. It's like, what's the depth really going to be like? What's the health of the players going to look like? Is Anthony Davis going to work at the 5? So, I think there's still a lot of question marks with that team, and there have been a lot of question marks for them for a while. So
I'll make this real quick because y'all both touched on both of mine. My winner was Tyler Hero just because he's shutting up a lot of people, especially after having a kid. Where he's like, hey, I'm going to go out here and average 20 with the best floater in the NBA. And my loser is Russell Westbrook just because of how poorly he's been playing. And he was already very criticized coming to the Lakers. And, now it's getting even worse. So we'll jump into the first game of the podcast. We're going to do a start bench cut. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to give them 3 players, and there's going to be 5 of them. So there's going to be 5 different times you're going to play. There's going to be 3 players. You're going to start one. One's going to be the 6th man, and one you're going to cut. So one's just not playing for you. First off is Giannis, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. This is going into the season, by the way, not all time, not in their prime. This is going into the 2021-2022 season.
Wow, that's tough. I'm gonna start Kevin Durant. I would start Giannis coming off a Finals MVP, but I'll do KD. I'll start KD, bench Giannis, cut LeBron. And that pains me to say that.
How many people have ever said cut LeBron?
That pays me to say that. But
Evan, start bench cut Giannis, Kevin Durant, LeBron James.
Same exact thing as Will. I mean, it wants to be different and start Giannis, but you got to start KD in that situation.
I think Kevin Durant's the best player in the NBA, so I'm doing the exact same thing, cutting LeBron, benching Giannis, and putting Kevin Durant starting.
Love that. Great originality, guys.
It was what I had going in, so I'm not biased. Luka, Damian Lillard, and James Harden.
Ooh.
Evan, we'll start with you this time.
I'm gonna start Luka. Bench Harden, cut Lillard.
Yep. I always said the same thing. Start Luka, bench Harden, cut Lillard.
I'm gonna start Harden, bench Luka, and cut Dame.
That's fair.
I like Dame, but he just isn't as good as Luka or Harden. I think Harden's still better than Luka right now. I think his role's smaller, but I think he's still the better player. All right, and then we're gonna not do 3 superstars this time. Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball, and Ben Simmons. I wanted to do LiAngelo, but that would be pretty easy.
He signed in the G League, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Charlotte's G League team. Shout out to LiAngelo Ball.
There we go. Love
so
that
Lonzo
for him.
Ball, Ben Simmons, LaMelo Ball, and we'll do Will first.
I'll start. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a hot take to say start Ben Simmons.
Oh, I mean, all 3 of these
I'd say
players are right
start
there next to each
Simmons,
other.
bench LaMelo, cut Lonzo.
Okay. Evan?
I'm gonna say start Lonzo, bench LaMelo, cut Simmons.
Okay. This is one that we're gonna have all 3 different. I'm gonna start LaMelo. I'm gonna bench Simmons, and I'm gonna cut Lonzo. Actually, wait. I'm gonna cut Simmons, and I'm gonna bench Lonzo because Simmons isn't even playing for his team. So screw that. I don't want him on my team. Number 4, Kristaps Porzingis, DeAndre Ayton, and Julius Randle.
Ooh.
Evan.
Start Aidan, bench Randall, cut Porzingis.
Yeah, that would be mine.
I'm gonna start Randall, have Ayton off the bench, and also cut Kristaps Porzingis. But Kristaps Porzingis going into next year is gonna be the start right there. That's my prediction. He's gonna average 25 under Jason.
He better.
25. Okay.
25.
Okay, keep that one in the back pocket.
50,
Yeah,
40,
for
90.
real. Clip that.
50, 40, 90. He's gonna be Dirk 2.0 this year. Calling it now. All right, and then coming into the last one, we have the 3 best big men, in my opinion: Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. Will.
Ooh.
It's tough because he just won the MVP, but I'll start Embiid, bench Jokic, cut AD.
Okay. Is there any? I would like to hear your reasoning for this one. Is it because injuries, or you just think better player?
That is part of it. Anthony Davis is it's a lot more injury prone than those two. Anthony Davis, I don't know. Can he play the 5? I don't know. He seems to not want to, but the Lakers
doesn't, but he can.
But he can. The Lakers want to. I think defensively, he's probably the best, but I think Joel Embiid is just he's just a freak of nature. Like, just having him on the floor majority of the time, like, that's like one of the best players in the NBA. So Embiid, I like to start, and then Jokic can just do so many things well offensively. Like, his passing is so ridiculous. Like, he just creates so many different ways to score on offense. But I think Anthony Davis is the best defensive player out of the 2, but Embiid's probably second.
All right. Evan, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Jokic.
Start Jokic, bench Embiid, cut Davis.
Okay. Reasoning, injuries, anything.
I just think, again, like what Will was saying, like Nikola can score in so many ways. So he's going to score, and he's huge. He can rebound. He can do a lot. And then Embiid coming off the bench, Embiid's going to do really good. And then Davis, I guess maybe part of it's just because I haven't seen him play so much in the past couple of years because he's been hurt.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a little bit of it, but I like those two.
But man, if bubble Anthony Davis is here this year, he's probably in start. I'd probably start him.
Okay, so Anthony Davis is who I'm starting. I think Anthony Davis is the most talented out of the 3. I'm going to bench Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was my MVP like a lot of last season until like the 4th like the last quarter of the NBA when Jokic just decided he wanted the MVP. I think I like my center to play defense, and I think Embiid is the best defensive center the second best defensive center in the league behind Rudy Gobert, and then cut Jokic. But I think this is going to be one that's going to be like going throughout the year. We can clip it and be like, wow, you really said that? You're dumb as hell. All right, so that's all the start bench cuts we have. Next, we're gonna do where does he play now? A bunch of veterans, a bunch of well-known names that everyone here is gonna know. Changing teams, maybe on the same team. Maybe I threw in a curveball that you weren't expecting. First up, and you guys can just blurt it out when you know it, and if you don't know it, I'll give you hints along the way. Rudy Gay.
Oh, Utah Jazz.
Okay. Utah Jazz is correct. Eric Bledsoe.
Oh, where did he end up?
The Bucks?
Nope.
Bledsoe.
The
Eric
Grizzlies.
Bledsoe. No.
Clippers.
Yes, Clippers.
Let's go.
Number
I was trying to
3.
think of where he went. I wanted to say Oklahoma City. I was like, did he go back to an old team? But then I was like, oh, I think it was the Clippers.
I don't think so. Number 3, Paul Millsap. This is going to be one of the easier ones.
Brooklyn.
Okay. Will's killing the game. Doug McDermott. Dougie McBuckets.
Wow. Doug McDermott.
College legend.
San Antonio.
Jason Allen, another college legend.
Ooh,
Where do you go to college? Someone hit me with it.
Duke.
Duke.
There you
But
go.
he plays for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Hey, Will.
That's right.
Right?
He does.
Yeah.
What was his face? What was Doug McDermott? Y'all lagged out for me after I said the
it was San
answer.
Antonio. You were correct.
Oh, let's go.
You're right. It was San Antonio.
So what am I, 6 for 6?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Markeith Morris, not Marcus Morris, his twin brother Markeith Morris.
Markeith. Where did he go? I feel like I heard him be mentioned the other day.
The inferior brother. The one that isn't an absolute weirdo. Actually, he might be. I don't know.
Oh,
All right.
Need a
No
hint.
idea.
You can hit me.
Hint.
Will?
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and go with Celtics.
Nope. All right. I'll say that's a hint. And we're going to the Eastern Conference.
I feel like I've seen him play recently.
Eastern Conference playoff lock.
The Bucks.
No.
Oh, Heat.
Miami Heat is the correct answer.
That's right.
Hassan Whiteside.
The Kings.
Nope.
Utah, right?
Yep. Oh my. Will is killing
Nice.
it.
Let's go.
All right. James Johnson, ex-Mav.
Oh man.
The spiritual leader, Rick Carlisle once said.
I feel like I heard about him the other day too. Oh
Will has got ears everywhere, man.
man, I'm
I'll
watching
leave
everything.
2K22.
Like I watch everything.
I was loading up.
My
I loaded
my
up
ears are
2K
always open.
for a couple of these. And just
Oh,
be like,
man.
where is he playing now? So if any of these are wrong, blame 2K.
Who is it again?
James Johnson.
James Johnson. Blanking.
All right. Hint. Eastern Conference lock. Like Eastern playoff lockup. Sorry.
Bucks.
What?
Bucks.
No. Eastern Conference playoff lock, and both times Evan is just Bucks.
I mean, yeah, it's the same.
No,
thing.
I don't think it's Brooklyn.
I said Brooklyn.
Shot in the dark, Heat.
Evan, it is the Brooklyn Nets. James Johnson is a part of the Brooklyn Nets.
Dang, I didn't think he'd go to Brooklyn. Good job, Evan.
Evan only said that because of Will said.
Nice.
"I think it's
Yeah.
Brooklyn."
Nice.
All right, last one we have. Used to date a Kardashian. Tristan Thompson.
Sacramento Kings.
That was
That was
fast.
fast.
I am playing a Kings My League. So
Oh, yeah, okay. So you
Yeah.
had it. You
I'm
had the
I'm a
insider.
connoisseur of the Sacramento Kings roster.
Okay.
Remember Darren Fox, my most improved player.
Yep, that is true. And that was you too, Evan. You had De'Aaron Fox, right?
Mhm.
I mean, with the way Jordan Poole
Yeah, I
playing
said
right
Kings would be
now,
my sleeper if Luke Walton doesn't mess it all up. But
yeah, he's got to be on
we
the
know
hot
how
seat,
that
right?
goes.
I mean, if any coach is getting fired, it's Luke Walton.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I can't think of another coach that's on the hot seat like he is. Yeah, that's all the players that I had for where did he play? Will 8 out of 9. Jesus.
Hey man, that's what I'm here for. That's what
I'll
I'm
throw.
good
I'll
at.
throw one. I'll throw one. This is only because I'm watching a lot of preseason. Isaac Bonga,
Oh, Bonga.
the
I have
lowest
not
rated player
followed
in NBA 2K20, I believe.
have not followed Isaac Bonga. I last remember him on the Wizards, but I don't think he's still there.
Celtics.
No. All right. This one is also an Eastern Conference team, probably bubble and below.
Isaac Bonga. Man, I feel like I remember seeing something. Indiana Pacers.
Nope. In that below them, I think they're a worse team than the Indiana Pacers.
Isaac Bonga. God, is it the Wizards?
No.
Okay.
He is part of. He's on the northern half of the city or of the Eastern Conference teams, like geographically.
Great. God, sorry I'm
Sorry.
so much. Cleveland.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah, all right.
Come on,
whatever.
Will. I thought you knew
Whatever.
this.
I don't
You knew this
follow
stuff.
Isaac Bonga, I promise.
He's up north.
What's northern than Cleveland? Pistons?
There is a team in the
The
north.
Raptors.
The Raptors.
Ah.
The team in the country
There you go.
north of the United States.
There you go.
Yeah. I've been watching him
Didn't
play.
hear about that
He
one.
is not very good.
Didn't hear about that one.
All right. So the next time we have a podcast, it will be the day after the opening day, which is Nets, Bucks, and Warriors, Lakers. Any thoughts on either of these games, and who do you have winning each of these games going in?
I think Nets Bucks is hopefully a Eastern Conference final, but that would require one of them to be a 4 seed, which I probably don't see happening. Actually, no.
Or a 2 seed.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
1-2.
Yeah, they can be 1 and 2. I'm stupid.
We know. It's okay.
But
We're here for
anyway,
you.
so I think as this becoming a Eastern Conference final preview, I don't know. It depends. I think the Bucks can be really competitive in a 7-game series with the Nets in a best of 7, as they showed last year. They won the series. I think now without Kyrie Irving for a certain amount of time, and considering it'll be a banner raising for the Bucks, I think they'll take that one. And then Warriors Lakers will be tough to judge because I don't think the Warriors are as good as a lot of people think they want to be, or as they want to say. But I think there'll still be a lot of question marks. The Lakers usually are a team that takes a little bit to figure out their rotations, figure out their schemes, see what they want to do.
Especially with all the
I think I'll go Warriors.
turnover. Okay, so we got you taking Bucks and Warriors. Evan, Nets, Bucks, Warriors, Lakers, thoughts and prediction.
Bucks, Lakers. I think the Nets Bucks game is definitely going to be the better game of the two. I think the Lakers could really put a beat on the Warriors too.
You think they're going to come out and show?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take the Nets. I'll be the only one just because I think Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA. And I think that Kevin Durant wants to win this series because of last year. I think he has his heart set on winning this game. And I'll take the Warriors just because Draymond Green hasn't played a lot in preseason, if at all. I don't remember him playing. Steph Curry hasn't played a lot, and the Warriors beat them. without those two. So now that you add those two, and you're able to put Draymond on LeBron, and I like the Warriors in that game. All right, so NFL. Anything that we saw last weekend that sticks out in your mind? I'll go first. I watched the Buffalo Bills become the best team in the NFL, with Josh Allen becoming my MVP favorite, super unbiasedly.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the
Sure.
Bills really showed how good they were
Yeah.
against the Chiefs.
Will, you don't have him as your MVP favorite right now?
I do not.
Who
I
do you
mean,
have?
he's probably close, but I
Who do you
like
have?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler, Stafford, Lamar.
Not Stafford. No. I'm actually not biased with my Rams, because I can admit that Thursday night game last week was god awful. That game was so gross. I mean, yes, they ended up winning the game, but
Right.
wow, was that first half one of the worst halves of football I've seen with Sean McVay. That was gross. Everybody can say we lucked out because Russell Wilson tore a ligament in his finger and Geno Smith had to come in, but Geno Smith miraculously rallied
ugly.
98 yards for a touchdown. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Ended up getting the dub though. So, all is well, but God, that game was awful.
Okay.
At least we won though.
With the Bucs looking rough in their secondary, the Chiefs not being able to play defense against the three of us. The three of us could go out there, and I think we could score a touchdown against the Chiefs defense. Will you take the O-line? I'll play wide receiver, and Evan.
Why do I have to take the O-line?
I'm faster than you. I'm playing wide receiver, and I'm also taller than you, so I can go up and nag one against 5'8" Tyrann Mathieu.
Okay.
All right,
See how
I
it
did
is.
like all the memes of Tyrann Mathieu.
So who's the quarterback,
Hands up.
Evan?
I'm taking Evan as my QB.
All right.
I'm a good QB.
Yeah,
All
right.
we've thrown a baseball before.
Yeah.
I've seen you throw a baseball, Will.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. So
God, that one time we went to the batting cage, God, that hurts so bad afterwards.
You still feeling it?
No, not feeling it now, but
Like a
man,
year
I had never
later.
moved that much in a long time.
That was fun. The three of us got to go.
That was cool
batting.
though.
We
Yeah.
gotta go sometime. We got all
do.
the stuff here. Like
We
I
do.
have it in my door right there. All right. So anyway, that little side. So the Chiefs looking rough. Bucs secondary.
Yeah, Chiefs
looks
are
rough.
looking.
Who is
Wow.
the Super Bowl favorite with those two teams looking injured and just not as good as they were last year?
The Cowboys.
Hmm.
Okay. We are looking
Actually
good.
not here for Aidan, the unbiased opinion in this part. Who do you like more as a contender, the Cowboys or the Rams?
Oh, the Rams.
Why is that?
Defensively, I think the Rams defense has looked real rough.
The Rams defensively has not been good this year.
I know. I think the Rams defense has been really rough this year, and I know that Trevon Diggs has been super, super good this year, but I still would rather not match up against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, but I still think, and then the Cowboys just their second round pick, Kevin Joseph, I think. I don't know if I said his first name right, but he just come off the injured reserve, so he'll be available to play kind of soon. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get because the Cowboys defense is already showing up pretty decently.
And Micah Parsons been playing real well. I just think that the best defensive player in the league is Aaron Donald, and going into a playoff game, I don't want him fighting my O-line.
And
But
Jalen
you
Ramsey's
also-
there
the
too.
Cowboys-
the best
the
cornerback
Cowboys
in the
do have
league,
one of the
Jalen
best.
Ramsey.
Okay. I don't know.
Cowboys
man.
do
I
have
got
a good
Trevon
O-line.
Diggs goat right now.
Yeah, everybody needs to slow the roll on Trayvon Diggs
So,
like immediately.
Will, are you taking the Rams? Or you taking the Cowboys?
Well, duh, I'm taking the Rams as a Rams fan, but I think
Unbiasedly, put the bias out.
Yeah.
Rams or Bills.
I'll take the Rams.
Okay, that's the answer. I think. Evan, are you taking Rams or I'm sorry, are you taking Rams or Cowboys? Not Rams or Bills.
Cowboys.
Rams or Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Why is that? You like the offense? You like the defense?
I like the offense, and I think Zeke's been looking a lot better than he has been in years past because he's been
True.
looking real bad. He's playing good, and then the Cowboys' defense is also looking stronger than we had in
Do
the
we
past.
think the Cowboys defense is sustainable though? Because
Yeah, especially
I'm gonna say it. I don't think Trevon Diggs is gonna get 17 picks this year. I don't think he's gonna get a pick every game.
No, I don't think
Hot
so
take.
either.
Hot take.
But
Hot take. Trevon Diggs will not end the year.
Oh, but I
with
would
16
say though, like the
interceptions.
Cowboys
Clip it.
receiving core against the Rams secondary, yeah, Cowboys are toasting us. Because like
Okay.
even with Ramsey covering CD, Cooper,
Cooper.
or Gallup, it's like then our two other corners are guarding CD Lamb, Amari Cooper.
How long is Michael Gallup out? I know he's hurt right now, but how long is that for?
I think he was on. I think he was on IR for like 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I remember if it was 6 or 8.
I mean, as long as he's back by playoffs.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, but
So-
Amari Cooper's been like kind of hurt too.
Anyway,
Yes.
I think the Super Bowl favorite. This you can say I'm biased. You can say I'm not biased, but I think it's the Bills. I think it's the Bills right now.
Yeah, I have him there too.
Yeah.
I think it's the not the Bills to lose per se, but I think they have the best shot. I didn't think we were going to beat the Chiefs last year, and we didn't, obviously. But I came into the game this weekend, and I was like, if we lose this game, we don't deserve to be the playoffs. And we came out and we really showed. And Gregory Rousseau, shout out. I don't watch a whole lot of college football, but he's been killing it right now.
He was highly regarded out of Miami.
Yeah, I wanted Asante Samuel Jr. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted a corner, but Gregory Rousseau has been really, really good, and I'm really happy for him. He just won Defensive Player of the Month. So we all have the Bills as the Super Bowl favorite, or does anyone have anything else?
Yeah, I probably have the
Cowboys still.
Bills as the top in the AFC. The Bills probably my most confident pick, but I think, you could sprinkle the Chargers in there, maybe the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think the
I think
Browns starting to
Ravens.
fade away a little bit. I think the Broncos, I don't know. Depends on their quarterback. I feel like the Broncos, I think they just could be a team that can just rely on their defense, and Teddy Bridgewater just kind of manages them. He just kind of game manages them all the way.
They have to
They
get
could
hot
have
in the
that
playoffs,
vibe to
though.
them, but I think Buffalo's probably my most confident pick in the AFC. NFC,
Right.
I feel like there's just so much. The AFC is not as wide open as the NFC because you have Arizona, Tampa, the Rams, Dallas, Green Bay, Carolina is sneaking in there.
Carolina had a bad loss. to
Yeah,
Philly
bad
last
loss to
week, though.
Philly. That one was tough. But now they're good, but they're going to get Gilmore soon. And they're still
Right.
facing a third place schedule. So
So out of the AFC, who are you taking?
Bills.
Or out of the NFC? I'm sorry.
NFC, honestly, probably at this point, I don't know. Probably Arizona, but I like Green Bay too.
Okay. I think Arizona or the Rams, to be honest with you. Evan, who do you got coming out of the NFC?
Cowboys.
I don't even know why I asked.
I honestly, I
say
just don't
that.
even, I don't see it with this Rams defense.
Do you think that's something that they'll improve, or do you think it's just gonna be battle year?
I mean, it's not really the talent. I mean, it's just like the schemes we run. It's like without Brandon Staley, it just hasn't really been that good.
Right. So do you think it'll improve with the schemes, or do you think
I mean,
the schemes are just
I'd hope so.
below?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just asking.
I mean, of course I wanted to improve.
All right. So should the Chiefs hit the panic button right now? 2-3,
Yes.
right? 2 and
Something's
3,
not
yeah,
working for him.
with 3 real bad losses.
Yeah, 2 and
Something's
3.
not working for him.
Mahomes turning the ball over at a much higher rate than usual.
And I still believe the Chiefs should be 1-4. I think they should have lost to the Browns and got really lucky winning that game.
You
I think-
love talking about Patrick Mahomes like he's the luckiest man alive.
Well, kind of, sort of.
You see his wife? He's not the luckiest man alive.
I know, but like on the football field, that dude just runs around and then just throws it up, and yeah, it's not. He's lucky. He's lucky.
Freezing cold take. I'm gonna get you on that Twitter page pretty soon. Okay, so you think the Chiefs hit the panic button?
Yeah, I mean they're in the last place of their division.
Okay, Will Chiefs hitting the panic button?
I don't know. It depends. It depends on if the Chargers are able to be sustainable. The Raiders have whatever they have going on right now.
The Raiders are confusing. Are they good? I don't think they're good, but they
yeah.
keep.
I mean, it's like, yeah, are the
good.
Raiders good? It's like I don't know if Derek Carr is the quarterback for them. Now lost to her coach. So I mean, it's like the the Chiefs are just too talented to just like fall apart. I mean, I think it's just they just got to figure out some new stuff. I mean, I think they'll be able to figure it out. They have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
I think they do
the
have
best tight end, the best QB, and a top 5 wide receiver.
Can you trust the Chargers to keep it going? I mean, it's the Chargers.
I say the Chiefs hit the panic button and just reevaluate. Okay, what's going wrong? How do we fix it? What are we doing wrong? Because we're clearly not playing good football.
I mean, what does the panic button mean for the Chiefs? Like, are they going to go out and trade for somebody, or are they just going to be like?
No, I think it's just schemes, play calling, and just overall just talking to players. You have to get their morale back up. I mean,
and they just put Clyde Edwards-Helaire on IR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I also think it's time for the Chiefs hit the
panic
button.
Yeah, I think it's all just interior stuff, just within the organization. All right, how do we fix this without trading? Because I think their cap room situation is also not the best.
But it's like I don't think their season is doomed either.
No, I don't think so either. Without looking at their schedule, being at 2-3, do you think they hit 10 wins?
No, they might be like a 9-7.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 9-8.
Yeah.
Maybe 10-17.
If they hit 10 wins, then this will probably not go down in history, but this will be a pretty good performance out of Andy Reid and the whole Chiefs as a team. Just look at the turnaround.
So Will mentioned it earlier a little bit. We'll talk about John Gruden for a little bit, just because it is the biggest story in the NBA or the NFL. I don't really know if there's a whole lot to talk about, because there is one thing to say, and that's the dude was just an asshole. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it, but
not particularly. I mean,
what are the Raiders?
I don't have an opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he seemed like everyone. He seemed to be really well liked, so it sucks. But also, fuck you.
Yeah, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
So
can't do that type of thing.
Fuck you, John Gruden. The Raiders are the Raiders going to be bad now? Do they get to start losing games?
It's hard to say.
I don't know. It depends.
So Russell Wilson, as Will mentioned, went down with a torn ligament in his finger. His finger was crooked. Is the Seahawks season toast?
Not exactly.
I think it'll be. I don't know. It'll depend. Especially with how tough the division is with the Rams, Cardinals, and 49ers, as competitive as they are. And it's like, I mean, obviously they just beat the 49ers 2 weeks ago, just beat the Rams last week, or lost to the Rams last week. So they're already 1-1 in the division. And now you have a quarterback who I don't think has started in 4 years in Geno Smith, something along those lines. So, I mean, it'll be tough for them for sure. Their season is definitely not going to go the way that they want it to. It's going to be in jeopardy.
Yeah. I don't think we can discredit Geno Smith too much, because he has been in the game for a really long time as a backup.
Yeah, he seemed to be really, he was very vocal.
Yeah.
When he was coming in, he was communicating with the offensive line. He obviously, studies and keeps up with the playbooks.
Yeah. So we'll just have to honestly just see how it performs.
But there's just a complete talent differential between Russell Wilson and Geno 100%. Smith.
100%.
So before we go into our weekly picks, I seem to have forgotten to write a team. I was looking at it, and the Washington football team is playing the Chiefs. It's Chiefs at Washington. So just I don't know why I don't have that there, but I don't. So my bad.
There you go.
I hope that's the only one I missed. Anyway, so we'll go into our weekly picks. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think Russ was holding that team together, and Geno Smith will not. So first game of the Sunday slate, we have the Buccaneers at the Eagles. There we go.
I like the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
They're probably gonna put on a show too. The Eagles are probably gonna get real close.
Yeah, this guy.
I'm gonna be texting.
I mean, I don't think that's like pretty off though. I mean, like they surprised me with the win against Carolina last week.
It's not a bad pick.
It's not a bad pick, but it's always you. It's always you.
Yeah, and you like where I'm going here soon too.
All right, I have Buccaneers. Dolphins at Jaguars.
I don't know, man.
First win.
I say Jags first win too, my boy.
I was gonna say this kind of feels like a Jags game for sure.
Yeah. Yep. So are all three of us taking the Jags to win their first game?
I'll pick Jags. Why not?
Okay. Rams at Giants.
Rams.
Yeah.
I was looking at. I thought Evan was going to pull out a Giants.
Yeah, let's go Rams.
No,
all right. I have the Rams as well. Texans at Colts.
Texans. They played really good against the Patriots.
The Colts played really well against the Ravens until the last
Yeah, I'll go Colts.
I'll go Colts too. They played super well.
Texans.
They just had to play against Lamar Jackson. Bengals at Lions.
God, poor Lions, man.
Yeah,
poor Lions.
I'm so
God,
sorry.
Just let Jared Goff and Dan Campbell win a game, man.
Do you want that?
No, they won't beat the Bengals though, unfortunately.
So you got the Bengals?
Yes.
Okay. Evan, Bengals Lions.
Bengals.
Bengals for me as well. Packers at Bears.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nice Packers win.
Packers, yeah.
Okay. I am taking the Packers as well. The Chiefs in Washington against the Washington football team.
Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs as well. Washington can't play defense either. Their defense also looks real bad. Chargers at Ravens.
That's gonna be a good one.
My game of the week.
I'm gonna go Ravens.
Yeah, I'll go Ravens.
I know the Chargers are a really good team, but like the Ravens' momentum going into this game.
I'm taking Chargers. I am going Chargers. And a quick little update on the Mavericks. The Mavericks are playing right now against the Charlotte Hornets. The Mavericks are currently winning 59-30.
KP is like KP is like 18 points.
Kristaps has 17.
Yeah, I think he's only missed like one shot.
25 points per game, 50, 40, 90 club. Here he comes.
50, 40, 90. Good Lord.
I added that in at the end. Yeah.
Has he even shot like anywhere close to 90% from the line in his career?
He's always been like mid to low 80s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But hey man, it's J Kidd. All right, anyway. Back to it. I have the Chargers. I don't know if I said that already, but I think the Chargers coming out against the Browns and not getting stopped is pretty impressive. Vikings at Panthers.
Panthers.
I'm going Vikings. I'll take the underdog. I just don't think Sam Darnold's the truth. Cardinals at Browns.
I see the Browns having their first loss.
I like Browns.
I like Browns as well. Wow.
I want to see how Myles Garrett does against Kyler. I want to see if Aaron Donald can't keep up with Kyler Murray, then I want to see freaking Myles Garrett try his damn best.
Okay. That seemed like it came from somewhere deep and dark. That was
Kyler Murray
out
still
of
haunts
hatred.
You
All right.
did.
I highlighted the Browns and I was like, wow, this is gonna be a hot pick. They're gonna take the Cards. I guess not. Raiders at Broncos.
Not the Broncos here.
I like the Broncos.
taking the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders in this game just because. Well, actually, I did this before John Gruden got fired, but I'll still take the Raiders just for the hell of it. Cowboys at Patriots.
I think the Cowboys will win
Cowboys.
pretty comfortably.
I'm taking the Cowboys as well. Seahawks at Steelers.
Oh, this game's gonna be so gross.
Yeah.
This game is going
I
to
got
be
the Seahawks.
so gross. Geno
I got the
Smith versus
Seahawks.
Big Ben.
Two of the
Prime
worst
time
QBs in the league.
Sunday night football.
Shout out to my girlfriend's
God, this
RA
game's
for
gonna
being
be
a Steelers fan.
Awful. But I'll go Steelers.
I went Steelers as well. Their defense is just better. And then Monday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills take on the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll go Bills. The Titans the Titans might be one of the most just like on and off teams in the league. Or it's like they're so hard to predict.
Right. Evan, Bills, Titans.
I'm just gonna say screw it and go demon time. Go with the Titans.
This guy
Based
thinks he's like
on-
smart with his
Bro.
picks. Like he thinks he's being
If the
smart with his
Titans,
hot
if the
takes.
Titans win this week, I'm going to kill you because you have something. You have something on the inside.
Well, okay, I really like the Bills. Like, no hate against the Bills, but like,
You just said the Bills are Super Bowl favorites.
yes, but I think the Titans win this week.
Why? Why?
Titans, Bills when they play in the playoffs. Last year, I know it's completely
They
different.
didn't play in the
team,
playoffs
but-
last year.
Yes, they did.
No, they
Yeah, they
didn't.
did. And the Titans lost to the Ravens.
Fucking idiot.
The Bills beat the Colts.
Oh.
And then who'd y'all beat?
The Ravens.
Ah,
I'm
that's
sticking
right.
with the Titans. I gotta have a hot take for the week.
Your hot take is the Eagles are beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dog.
Hey, and I got the Texans over the Colts too. I mean, I'm just feeling it this week.
All right. This guy walks up to me and is like, "Oh, I didn't do my pod notes 15 minutes before we start recording." And I was like, "Dude, what? You didn't even looked at him?" You're like, "Nah, nah." So
Okay, because
I'm putting a grain of salt into what you say. I'm saying the Bills, but I think Derrick Henry goes for like 7,000 yards.
I hope so. I need him for fantasy. I need
better.
him and
Yeah,
Tannehill.
for
Hey, I
fantasy.
hope the Bills win, but Tannehill and Henry break records.
I just don't think the Titans can defend anything.
And Julio if he plays. I don't know if he's playing or not.
Julio needs to play. My fantasy team's so cheeks.
Yeah, I need him too.
They're just all so hurt.
Yeah, I unluckily got the Tannehill, Henry, Julio stack in fantasy. I did not intend for that to happen, but
It just did.
it just did. Because I
Right.
already had Tannehill. I traded for Julio mid-season, and then I traded for Derrick Henry, and then all three of them ended up being on the same team, and I was like, oh, lovely.
All right. So this is usually where we'd end the podcast, but it's our podcast and we want to talk a little bit of baseball. So this is going to be like a little, not like a bonus, but like, hey, we're just going to talk about baseball right now. So we are going into the AL and the NLCS. I think the Dodgers and the Giants play tonight, correct?
Nope, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay. So in the AL, we have the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros.
His two favorite teams.
The two teams I did not want to see win won. So as a Yankee fan, I want the NL to win, preferably the Braves, just because I played for the Braves in high school and middle school, so I have a lot of Braves memorabilia. Should be cool if they won.
I just think people need to get over the Houston Astros. I mean, obviously, I understand why people are mad. I understand why people are mad that they're cheating. Like they were good enough before the cheating. They didn't even need to cheat in the first place. But look, all right, they didn't need to cheat to do well. They're already good enough, and they're just shutting everybody up. Their offense has already been really good. People want to hate on Yordan Alvarez, but he wasn't even on the 2017 roster, so I feel like he doesn't deserve any hate ever because Yordan Alvarez is so good. He's
Okay.
so good. Pitching staff is good. The bullpen locked it down. Unfortunate for the White Sox, though. I like that team.
I like the White Sox.
Yeah.
That team was good on paper, but they couldn't hit anything with singles. the first 2 games of the series, so that kind of held him back.
I still have nightmares about coming home from work and watching the game at work. This was the was it the NLCS? Anyway, it was when Jose Altuve hit the home run. Pulled it against Aroldis Chapman on a slider. First off, Aroldis Chapman, never throw a slider in that situation. You throw 103 miles an hour. You don't know where it's going, but you throw it. So throw it. I came home and sat on my couch and watched the rest of the game, and I was like, oh, Aroldis Chapman. Close it down. And he hung a slider to Jose Altuve, and then it turns out they were cheating, which does Jose Altuve hit that pitch anyway? Yes. But they were cheating, so fuck them.
I don't think they were cheating in 19. They were cheating in 17 though.
I thought that was 19. I was
19 was when he hit the walk-off, but they weren't cheating in 19.
They weren't?
No, there wasn't any evidence of it.
No.
It was only 17 with the trash cans.
Fuck him anyway.
Yeah, I just think people just need to get over it.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I didn't like the Astros
it's like
before that.
They're already good. You're not gonna like it. Like the Astros and the Rays are going to rule the American League for the next decade, and people don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
The Red Sox though,
and Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa is a weirdo.
But he's so good, and I want him on the Cardinals so bad.
He's very good, but he's an absolute weirdo.
But yeah, shout out the Red Sox.
So
the Red Sox are out here.
You guys got the Giants, or you got the Dodgers playing or winning tomorrow?
I got Giants tomorrow. I like them at home.
Giants.
It's Julio Urias and Logan Webb. Wow. I'll take the Dodgers. I think just pure firepower and star power. But
I mean, it's either or. I mean, it's pick your poison. I mean, I just like the Giants at home more.
I think the Dodgers are like the idea of in baseball, you can get like the best players in the world together, and because it's baseball, you'd still win. Like you can't get the 5 best players in the NBA and go 82-0 just because of chemistry. But like,
I mean, you can't do that in baseball either.
How much? But like realistically,
it's like if you put a team of all-stars together, like they're not gonna win every single game.
We're not gonna win every single game, but they're gonna be far and behold the best team in the league.
Well, yeah, but it's also like tough too because it's like all there's like no actual like team aspect to it. Like it's all solo.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm trying to say is like if you put a good mix of like right hand, left hand, switch, good bullpen, good pitching, that team is going to be better than like the 9 best players in the NBA, like relatively, not like, obviously, but like just because of team chemistry, just because how chemistry is in baseball. But I don't know. I think the Dodgers will win. And if the Dodgers or the Giants win, do we have them beating Atlanta?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think Evan's a real big Ronald Acuna fan. I think Ronald Acuna is going to have a great NLCS.
Very funny. Very funny.
That was pretty
funny.
He'll
have fun watching it on the couch.
Yeah.
Hey, but right. I think I'm hopping on the Red Sox train.
You're on the Red Sox train.
On the Red Sox train.
Yeah, have fun with that, Aidan.
I just don't think they'll beat the Houston Astros. I don't think I have to have a lot of fun with that.
Well, I mean, no one thought they were going to beat the Rays either.
Yeah, but I think
you didn't think they were going to beat the Yankees.
I didn't, but I still think that the Astros are the significantly better team.
You think the Yankees could have beat the Astros?
No, I don't.
That Astros lineup is just so unfair.
Yeah, the Astros are
like
very,
Kyle Tucker,
good.
The AL Player of the Month, hits 7th for them, and they're batting, and the AL batting champion hits 5th.
Yeah, Yuli Gurriel, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve.
Like that team is so nasty,
especially since Lance McCullers has been pitching as well as he has.
Yeah,
and now they have Kendall Graveman coming out of that pen. I think the Astros just have this World Series, like going to the World Series. It's just all nothing for them.
Yeah.
So you got the Dodgers. Oh, no, sorry. You have the Boston Red Sox in the World Series, Evan.
Yes.
Okay. Who do you have coming out of the NL?
Giants.
Okay, so the Orange World Series, and then you have the
What?
wait, no, never mind. Ignore me. I was thinking you said Astros. I thought you were a normal person. So me and Will have the Astros, and I have the Dodgers, and he has the Giants.
Yeah.
And who do you think's going to win now that we're here?
Oh man, honestly, I feel like the Astros offense will last longer. Will last longer than the Giants offense. I'll go Astros.
I will say this: if the Astros make the World Series, they win it. But if they don't, the Giants win it.
Okay. I think the Dodgers win. I think it's the Dodgers Astros recap. I think the Dodgers are technically a better team. I don't know. This is such a weird baseball year.
It is.
And what's going on with Trevor Bauer? Is Trevor Bauer like having a comeback?
I haven't heard
He's
anything about
posting
that.
on YouTube,
I saw that.
which
I
is
saw
so funny. It's
saw a YouTube video
hilarious.
pop up, and I was like,
It is
"Wait, what?"
hilarious because everyone's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, isn't he still like in legal trouble?
Yeah, he said that there was like a settlement or something, or like there's some sort of rule. Like I don't know how you describe it. There's some sort of
Like a protection order.
I don't know how you describe it, but anyway.
There's something that's letting him.
Yeah,
do
he
it.
said there was like a case that was resolved, and then there's another one that he can't talk about, but he will if he can. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just making videos again." And everyone's like, "Dude, what?"
Trevor Bauer's a weirdo, but I think if the Dodgers had Trevor Bauer, they'd be like the best team. I think they'd smoke the Dodgers. I think they'd just smoke everyone in the playoffs. I don't know if they would have lost. All right. Any closing remarks from anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Evan, you want to end us off? You open us up. Let's end us off.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my hot takes for this week's football picks. We'll see how those turn out. Be sure to listen to us on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you guys.